Okay, Abusian, for family, did you know that complaining can actually reduce your lifespan? Complaining can actually reduce your lifespan. Have a look at this. Check this out. I want you to look at this one quickly. Okay, so the caption here is that complaining is bad for your health, according to science. All right, so let's see what complaining can do to you. 5 points. Just 5 points. Point number 1. Complaining makes you more likely to think negative. Complaining makes you more likely to think negative. It is very possible that if you keep complaining every now and then about everything, there is something wrong with it, and you keep complaining, it can make you more likely to think negative. You can never think about any good thing, even for yourself, just because you are so used to and you are experienced in complaining about other people. So it is said here by this research that the more you complain, the more likely you are to think negative, though later on, to think negative thoughts later on. It says neuroscientists commonly use the phrase synapses that fire wire together to explain this concept. So this is an existing concept that has been proven by science. Every time you complain, your brain physically rewires itself. Anytime you complain, maybe I'll be complaining. Why do you science in a different way to make it easier and more likely for that reaction? We have to be careful about complaining. The point number 2, really quick. Let's look at point number 2. What is point number 2? It says here that, look here. Point number 2 says it can damage your memory. Complaining can damage your memory. Just complaining, oh, he has done this. Why didn't he do this? Why did she do that? Why did he do this to me? Complaining. And you know what? Complaining can be something you are complaining to someone else, and you can be whinging to yourself. Okay, so you're asking yourself, why is this? Why that? He's done this, she's done that. It says that it can actually damage your own memory. Let's see why. What does the research say? It says MRI scan shows that constant complaining can lead to shrinking of the hippocampus, a part of the brain called hippocampus. It says the region in your brain responsible for cognitive functioning. So where you can use your mind for academic purposes, where you can understand, analyze things, where you can interpret deeper things, that part of it will be consumed. It will shrink. It will be damaged because you've been complaining. Because you are not putting your brain to any use. So you are damaging that part. It says a smaller hippocampus leads to a decline in memory and the ability to adapt to new situations, among other functions. This can occur from even just a few days of dressing out and lead to long-term damage. Guys, let us be careful. Complaining, he's done this, she's done that, he did this, she did this, instead of being proactive. And by the end of these 5 points, there's something I'm going to tell you. So this is the second point. Point number 3, let's have a look. Very deadly one. This is where it caught my attention. Point number 3 says that the one highlighted in blue, it says it increases your level of cortisol, the stress hormones called cortisol in your brain, the hormones in your body that controls stress. Complaining increases that thing in you, the cortisol in you. Those that are into nursing and medicine, you know what cortisol is. So now let's see. When you complain, you increase your level of cortisol, also known as the stress hormone. It says chronically high level of cortisol can lead to a variety of health problems. Guess what? Let you see this. When your cortisol is increased, what happens? Health problems that happen, number 1, including increased risk of depression, digestion problems. Even when you eat, it will not digest properly. It says the next one is sleep issues. You can't sleep, complaining. high blood pressure, and even increased, the last one is increased risk of heart diseases. People, this is something that we have to be very careful about. Just because you are complaining, you are increasing your cortisol, your stress hormone. So you become so stressful that and every part of you is going to go down. Why are you going to be complaining about someone else's behavior instead of doing what we are going to discuss at the end? After going through this 5, we are just on the point number 4 before the last one. Point number 4. This is it. Check it out. Point number 4 says it can shorten your lifespan. Complaining, which maybe you thought you were complaining to make things better, you are using it to shorten your own lifespan. Guess this. Check this out. Someone's lifestyle, someone's behavior, someone's attitude towards you that you want him to change, so you are whinging, you are complaining, is rather going to shorten your own lifespan. Why would you let this happen to you when that person is enjoying himself? Constantly complaining is not only bad in the moment, but it can be detrimental in the long run. One study published in the Archives of General Psychiatry found that optimists live longer than pessimists, with a 55% lower risk of death from all causes, and a 23% lower risk of dying from heart failure. People that are optimistic, they look positive into things, they live longer than people that are pessimistic. Oh, this is going to go wrong. It doesn't help. People complaining can actually shorten your lifespan. Last point, point number 5. Point number 5. Have a look yourself. It makes the people around you negative too. You see, when you keep complaining about, you did this, he did that, he didn't do this, he should have done this. When you keep complaining, you become so negative that no one expects you to talk about anything positive. And this is going to gradually be translated into the people around you. So no one around you is going to be positive. So it's going to make the people around you very negative too. So no one wants to be around unpleasant people. But if you keep complaining, you might find your peers adapting these negative habits as well. Listening to someone complain makes you more likely to be negative as well, which can just perpetuate the desire to release all those unhappy thoughts. As they say, birds of a feather tend to flock together. So if you want more positivity, look for people who keep their sore thoughts to themselves. At the end of the day, sometimes it feels good to get your grievance off your chest. But if you are going to explain your negative sentiments, make sure you are doing it in a productive way. Look, the productive way is what we're going to be talking about in the next 1 second. Do you know that the energy with which we used to complain about things that are not going right, we need almost the same or even less energy to fix the situation? And what is important here is that rewards, natural rewards of praise, commendation, praise, can let you live long instead of complaining. So if you see a problem in your home, see a problem in your church, see a problem in your workplace, your society, and then you move a step ahead instead of complaining about it, and you move a step and fix the problem, chances are everyone is going to say, oh yeah, you did well, it was good, oh, who did that? This will add more life to your health. This will boost your confidence. This will make you more healthier, rather than complaining about a thing and not even attending to the situation. And in the end, because you left it and whinged about it, you left it and it got even worse. So you're going to be held accountable for negligence. So people, I'm encouraging everybody to stop complaining. Bible says be slow to speak, okay, and quick to listen. So we need to listen more. It's not easy, but we have to try to listen more and stop the complaining. Yes, no one is saying something doesn't bother you, but whenever something bothers you, look for the right channel to communicate it, and communicate it in a more mature and a positive and a productive way, with the intention of expecting results, expecting that life will be better, expecting that if we are complaining about your brother, your friend, your wife, your husband, your cousin. You have to communicate in a way that by the end of the discussion, you will still be together. If not, by the end of your discussion, you thought you were going to discuss, but by the end of your discussion, he doesn't want to see you again. And that is going to add more bitterness to the problem. Remember, we've gone through 5 facts, which you need to remember. The last one was it makes the people around you negative too. Complaining can shorten your lifespan. Complaining can increase your level of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and it's not going to be good for your health. The second one was it can damage your memory. And the last one, which was the first, it makes you more likely to think very negative. God bless you so much as you've been with us. It's your brother Ebenezer on Coda TV. Continue sharing the program and subscribing to the channel. We love you and we want to be with you all the time. It's been Family Arena today. May God bless you as you've decided to support what we are doing. We really appreciate you so much. See you again tomorrow on Warzone. God bless you.